Hi guys, this is Ella from Gem in the Eye Tarot channel, and we are here to do a July reading for you lovely Taurus. I'm doing it with a new deck of cards, which is the Oracle cards for Moonology. This will be in a depth reading, like I will do a Celtic cross type of thing, and I'm not quite used to the deck yet, so I'll be reading the meanings from the book. For the next one, meaning like in a couple of weeks or so, when I will be doing a mid-month reading, I will be doing it with the other cards that I have in here, okay? So let's start for you, my dear Taurus, for July 2023. Thank you all for being here for me, even though I couldn't come back for a while. And I want you to know that you are all appreciated. Thanks a lot. As this is a general reading for Taurus Sun, Moon, and Rising, take what resonates and leave the rest, my dear, and check out the other readings. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is good. This is good. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Sorry. One more, my dear. One more for Taurus, please, for July. Okay, this one wanted to come out. Okie dokie. Now let's see. I'm gonna move this here. The present. Let's see what we have in the present. We have don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Let's see what this card is all about. Okay. This card says like this. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you are asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you right now because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find a balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help all your relationships. Now I'm going to close the book for a bit because I got an insight from my guides with you here, dear Taurus. I hope I'm not offending anybody when I'm saying this. If you guys have a fight, a legal fight or something like this, if you are going to put your ego above your heart, you are not going to win. That's what they told me to tell you. So that was your present, my dears. Now let's see the challenge. Oh, no, sorry. With this card, at the same time, it's a teaching. When the full moon comes into Leo, it can be a wonderful, bright time where people feel more confident to show the world their talents and assets. That's the upside of this lunation and of this card, no matter when you pull it, if it is the full moon in Leo or not. However, take note that the Leo full moon combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of people in your networks. Leo full moon is a time to release pride. Exactly what my guides told me to tell you. How to attune to this card, to the moon. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Some other meanings for this card are as follow. Self-esteem is good, vanity is not. So pay attention to that. Don't be too vain. Everyone is equally important. You are important, but the other person that you are probably fighting with, legally or not, is as important as you. Creative urges should be followed. Work some magic. So if you feel like painting or making a piece of music or some kind, do it. Follow your creative urges. While you might be fighting with someone in here, if you are too egotistic, a friendship could be ending now. So pay attention to that. Now let's see the challenge with this. This is a personal issue reaches resolution. And this is the full moon in Cancer. Let's see where that one is. It's just ahead of this. Things are likely to get very heated, as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates as an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests both a domestic matter or private issue will soon come to a head, and that it's great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is the time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. Is that fight that you are having right now because of your insecurities? Just think about it. How to attune to this card, to the moon? It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Just don't go, straight ahead, like an Aries to the wall. Not the sign, the horoscope sign. The teaching of this card for you, my dear Taurus, is the heightened emotions of the Moon Cancer combination cannot be ignored. However, Cancer is one of the Moon's two home signs, along with Taurus, so yours. So, astrologically speaking, the Moon loves to be in this sign. In fact, she rules Cancer. This means that with this card, there is a sense that all is as it should be. Or don't worry, all will soon be well. What my guys told me to tell you about this card is yes, everything will be well in divine's time by the grace of the universe or God or whoever you believe in. Other meanings with this card could be meditate to soothe heightened emotions, try not to be clingy, stop sulking. Have you had enough family time lately? So that was your challenge. Now let's see the past. The past card in here in the position of the past, the card says you are good enough. And this is the full moon in Virgo. And that says like this: it's time to be really honest with yourself, my dear Taurus, and understand what's led you to ask your question. Have you been humble to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far, and drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flush, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer this question for yourself. Have you been too picky? My guides asked me to tell you, while you've been picky, you wanted everything for yourself only. The full moon in Virgo card needs some truthful answers. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are. Your next step should be then more obvious to you. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings results. The teaching of this card: the full moon in Virgo is a time to declutter your life, your home and your office. It's the time to sort what's good in your life from what's not serving you. It's also the time to clear out your energies via salt baths and meditations, and to practice getting more grounded by walking barefoot, like I always explain to you guys in my other readings. No matter when you draw this card, it's a reminder that any time is a good time to start living a healthier life. Attuned to the moon, find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your daily life. Additional meanings for this card could be: worrying too much will attract more things to worry about. That's true. Nobody solved anything by worrying. Have you been overly critical? An apology may be in order. Stop second guessing yourself. Raise your karma by doing something good for someone else, not fight with them. So that was your past. Now let's see the recent past, what's in here. Surrender to the divine, the full moon. Let me just look for it. I think I in this book I realize where everything is. So this card says like this: the very word climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind, agreed? But it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change, and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. This card came up into the Aries reading. Some of you might have Aries in your chart. So go check out the other reading too, if you do have an Aries placement in your chart. Tune into your emotions now and see what they are telling you. Like the other card just mentioned to you. Answer yourself some questions, right? They are very likely close to the surface, no matter when in the moon cycle you've pulled this card. And you know what? It could be soon. Today is the 30th when I'm recording this, and in about 5 days we have a full moon. So pay attention to that and tread carefully with your feelings. It could be an explosion of feelings. Matters will soon conclude, and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. If you are going to explode, in someone's face or in a court case, I don't think your wishes are coming true, to tell you honest. That's what my guys told me. So pay attention. The odds are in your favor as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. How do I do that sometimes? Because I'm human too and I do get upset and I just want to explode, you know? I'll just turn around, I'll count to 10, and I do not answer right away. I'm taking my time, and if I can, I'll answer the next day. Try that. How to attune to this moon, my dear? I am getting the answers I need. To be able to get those answers that you need, ask for signs from the universe, from God, from whoever you are praying to or believe in. A radio song, or something, like somebody says something in the line where you are paying your groceries or something that you buy, or a colleague of yours says something exactly, you know, in the line with what your questions are. The teachings of this card says like this: the full moon marks the climax of the lunar cycle, making this card something of a power card. The full moon is often the time when answers are given to questions asked during the new moon, like 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, when the new moon was. That's when we plant seeds, you know, like I wish for this, I wish for that. And then by the full moon, or 6 months to that new moon, your wishes might come true. Full moon is often the time when answers are given to questions asked during the new moon, and pulling this card at any time in the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. So, you are in line for getting some answers, my dear Taurus. Now let's see what other meanings this card might have. A wish you made may be about to come true. Just pay attention to your feelings. It's a make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. You may need to forgive someone to release negative energy. It's time to let go of the past and move on. If some of you just had this, like I had, like a coarse throat, because I'm okay, I'm not sick, it might be for you. Now let's see. Which one was this? This was the recent past. Now we are looking at the outcome if nothing else changes, my dear. And this one is believe in the impossible. Blue moon. Let's see where the blue moon is. And the meaning of this. I love these things, you know, like these are so they come at a time when we really need an answer. I tried this deck on my family, on my friends, and honest to God, they said, yeah, it's true. Whatever you are saying here is true. Now I'm having an issue with this blue moon. I can't find it. Just give me 1 second, guys. I told you I only used it a couple of times with my family. I don't know where everybody is. Everything is. Special moon cards, maybe here. Yeah, it could be here. That's a blue moon. I found it. Yes, it's in the back. All the way in the back. So, as the saying goes, some things happen only once in a blue moon. You know that say? In other words, hardly ever. Drawing this card suggests you are about to get a rare chance and that something one-off could well be about to happen. This card is a very positive sign if you felt like you are hoping for too much or asking too much of the universe. Whatever you are asking about, well, it might only happen once in a blue moon, but it can happen. However, with this rare opportunity before you, it's important that you believe in it. If you convince yourself that whatever you are asking about, you can never can never go in your favor, then guess what? It won't go in your favor. Believe, believe, and then it will happen. Be grateful for this card, which is a reminder to believe in your dreams. And by the way, there is such a blue moon especially in the winter. So if it's not happening right now, try to count 6 months from now. Sometimes it could happen, 6 months from now, if you get this card. Attune to the moon, say to yourself, I'm lucky, and believe it. The teaching of this card: there are usually 3 full moons between each equinox and solstice and solstice and vice versa. Sometimes, though, we get 4 full moons in a single season. When that happens, the third of the season's 4 full moons, it's called a blue moon. At least that was the original definition of a blue moon. These days, it's popular to use the blue moon for the second full moon in any calendar month that was 2 full moons. Another meaning or other meanings of this card might be miss this chance and it might not come back anytime soon. What happened may only happen once. The person you are inquiring about is a rare find, and if you can believe it, you can achieve it. The situation is unlikely to repeat. So that was the outcome if nothing else changes. And you, my dear, believe in yourself, as I mentioned to you. Path to the future. It's this card right now. And this one is don't let your past hold you back, which is the South node. Let's see where this one is. North node. It could be just before it. Yep, found it. My guys told me to tell you, find out which one is your North node and pay attention. As I mentioned, this card in here, Surrender to the Divine, it came up to Aries. If any of you have the North node in Aries, then this reading might be especially for you. So pay attention to it. The South node, like the North node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North node and relates to the past, perhaps even to past lives. Whatever you are going through and whatever you are asking about, there is a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card will often come as a sign that the situation or relationship you are asking about has somehow become suffocating, even toxic. It suggests that someone, you even, needs to be released, that there is some kind of addiction going on or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. I sensed children for some of you. Is this a fight for your children? Try to be fair. That's all my guides are telling you. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you are being challenged to make some changes. Even if staying where you are feels easier and safer. Always when we are dealing with the North Node, not very many, I didn't know when I was younger about this thing. Like we are being born with the South Node, so we are here. And we need to reach the North Node. So this card in here is telling me that you are stuck into something and you need to find out where your north node is so you can make your path much easier. Once you get to the north node, you will feel, or working towards going there, you will feel, my dear Taurus, that you are on the right path. So let's see the teaching of this. The south node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going south. On the horoscope chart, it shows us that we are likely to become obsessed with, but which will probably do us little or no good. The south node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us of the well-known phrase, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. It mentioned here in the booklet, that it might be comfier, easier, and safer to stay where we are. Yeah, we all tend to do that. When it feels that you are getting out of your box and it's uncomfortable for some reason, then you are not stuck in the south node anymore, and you are working towards going the north node. How to attune to this moon is I release the past. So ask your angels to help you with that, to release the past and to help you get towards your north node. Different meanings of this card is a relationship is karmic and has played out across many lifetimes. So whoever you have this fight, as I felt on the beginning, it's a karmic relationship for you, and you agreed. You agreed before you came to Earth to go through this, my dear. Your attraction to someone may be verging on the obsessive, so pay attention to that. Be careful. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. So ask for signs, okay? Now let's see a little more about you. Wow, look at this. Step out of your comfort zone, north node, exactly what we talked about here. Let me just see, because this one is probably right after it. Yeah. The card says like this, the booklet. There is a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow, because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the thing that scares you within reason. This card is all about living your life purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about when this reading started. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life in your direction, to take action. So you are willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? Answer this question and you'll know exactly. If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there is a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? I love this card. How to attune to this moon? I know I'm headed in the right direction. I told you, if it feels uncomfortable, then you are, within reason, you're way on your right path. The teaching with this says like this: the north node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going north. It's a karmic point, and on the horoscope chart shows us that what we need to do and where we need to go with our life to find satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. The North Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us, to paraphrase Andre Gide, that in order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. So it's like a child is leaving home for the first time. They might want to stay behind over there because it's cozy and nice, to have the meals done by mom, being taken care of, getting all the money that you might need, But once you take that leap and being on your own and do something different than what you've done up until now, you are on your way. Different meanings for this card. You are headed for something which feels like destiny. You need to face a fear and get over it. Time to stop obsessing about someone or something. Stand on your own 2 feet. You've got this. So let's see the next card. It's more about the situation you are dealing with in here, and is the new moon in Capricorn. Okay. The new moon in Capricorn says like this. First and foremost, this card suggests a new start for you professionally. Whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. If you are unhappy with your current job, this is the time to either renegotiate your position or look for something new, my dear Taurus. Whatever your question, whether work-related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at the long term and think about where you want to be in 12 months or even 5 years, like we say, time. That will inform your best course of action now, so think seriously about it. As I told you, ask for signs. Drawing this card suggests it's a time for you to be ambitious about whatever it is you want to achieve. How to attune to the moon, make a proper plan and execute it well. The teaching of this, Capricorn is the sign of ambition, building and hard work. The energy is solid and rigid. The new moon in Capricorn is a powerful lunation that comes towards the end of each year and marks arguably the best moment annually to make a list of your hopes, dreams, ambitions, and intentions for the year ahead. Pulling this card at any time in the year suggests that with planning and discipline, you can achieve whatever you set your mind to. Let me just think. I think we are going to get, if I'm not mistaken, a full moon in Capricorn, the one that's coming in July. Google it and find out, but I think that's when this needs to happen, okay? Additional meanings for this card are as follow. You need to be more disciplined to reach your goal. Hard work will make your dream a reality. A very good omen for study or teaching for some of you. Don't be too controlling and avoid anyone who is controlling. Now let's see hopes and fears that you might have, my dear. It's you are very close to achieving your goal, the gibbous moon. These are your hopes and fears. You are scared that you might not achieve your goal. But listen to this card, the meaning of it. The word gibbous means bulging. What a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at any time of the month suggests that the situation you are asking about is bulging with possibility and coming to a peak. But this isn't an ending card with a neat yes or no answer. Rather, you are being reminded that some adjustments may be yet required before you get what you want, though you're certainly on the right track, which is hopefully reassuring for you. However, there is also a sense that the situation is a bit tense, like the other cards mentioned, okay, explosive emotions. So don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow, kaboom, you know? That's not meant to scare you, it's just to let you know there is a fuse attached to this situation. So be careful if you choose to light it. How to attune to the moon? I know that I'm on the right track. Many of these cards told you the same thing. The teaching with this card, the gibbous moon comes at the very end of the lunar cycle, just before the full moon. And we are there right now. In few days, we are going to be in this position. She looks like she's bulging because she's almost a full moon, so she's nearly fully rounded. It's the culmination of the waxing cycle and, as such, tends to be a rather intense period of the month. No matter when you pull this card, it suggests a very ripe time and a very ripe situation, so pay attention to it. In few days, you might reap the benefits of this. Different meanings, okay, to this card are, now it's a good time to review your own plans. Keep the momentum going as you move towards your dreams. Stay focused. It's a good time to start a new project right now. And you need to get back into healthy habits. We had another card like that. So pay attention to it. Now, the final outcome, my dear Taurus, it's the new moon in Pisces. Just give me a second so I can reach to it. And this card is asking you to meditate and contemplate. So, this card speaks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It suggests that there is a new start coming your way that's connected to a matter that leaves you feeling somewhere between having your head in the clouds and being in a totally altered state. There could be confusion and disappointment if that's what you've had before and that's what you are expecting. So pay attention to what you are thinking about. Stay positive. However, if you are onto a good thing, then wish hard, because the words of your soul and your heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. If all that sounds a little wet and watery, that's the Pisces for you. This is the last sign of the zodiac, and the new moon in Pisces card suggests a last-ditch chance to make your dreams come true. You had another card in here that said once in a blue moon, right? So make your dream come true. How to attune to this moon? Use your feelings to guide your way. Logic won't work right now. So listen more to your heart and your gut feeling and lose your logic. The teachings of this card is like this. Pisces is the sign of reveries and mysteries, of depths or emotions, idealism and hopeless romantics. It is the sign of water and the unconscious. Its energy is deep like watery depths. The new moon in Pisces indicates a time to listen to your feelings and to allow your emotions free rein. So forget about logic, right? Whatever you are feeling as you pull this card is more likely than the truth, unless you've been kidding yourself somehow and only you know if that's the case or not. Different meanings for this card. Face your fears, my dear Taurus. They may be holding you back. The situation that you've been asked for is being healed as we speak. It's time to surrender to the divine. We already had this card, remember? And chant Om Namo Narayani. So I'm saying it again. Om Namo Narayani. Avoid being deceptive or willingly deceived. So with that said, this Celtic cross is done for you. I'm going to pull some angel cards, my dear Taurus, to see what other messages the angels want to give you. Look what we've got. I got it in reverse. So what's that supposed to mean? That yes, your wishes and your question could be yes, but you need to believe in yourself. Stop doubting, okay? That's one of them. And use the power of love and the power of joy, not arguments. That will help you a lot. We've got one more in here. Let's see what this one says. This is from Archangel Michael, and we have a prayer for this, so pay attention. The angels of love are here to help you, my dear. Dear guardian angels of love and of my soulmate, I am thanking you that you prepared myself and my soulmate for love, and that you motivated us to do healthy changes in our lives, and that you arranged for us to meet. I am thanking you that you helped us to recognize one another and to have the courage to say hello and to go forward and further into a true intimate relationship. This might not be for all of you, but for the ones that you asked about your soulmate, this is your card. Let me get another for you. Okay, I already got one. Let's see if there is one more coming. You need to take care of your body. How can you do that? Pay attention to what you are ingesting. Food, drinks, smokes, whatever it is. Pay attention to it. Slow down a little and exercise or walk barefoot. Your prayer will be answered. So you can read it here. Answered prayer. This is one of your messages from the angels. If you enjoyed this reading and you didn't subscribe yet, please press that button to subscribe, like and comment, and even share, because I will answer myself as soon as I can. Love and light, my dear Taurus. I'll see you soon with another reading, and don't forget to look at the update video that I put up there so you'll know what comes up on my channel and what changes I will be doing. Take care. Love ya.